Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful day it is. Good to see all of you here. I hope you had a restful evening. And wow, geez, Cynthia, retired firefighter 42. Good morning. Glad you made it in. JD, good to see you. JW. Oh, yeah. Hello, y'all. Man, Poodle Lady. I love that name. It's so cool. Poodle Lady. Oh man. Star Z showing up. Hey, how you doing? Jiraiya, wonderful to see you. Nice. First week of summer temps here. Ooh, yeah. Ours was a hot one yesterday. Star Z, it's spring. It just means things will be green soon. Very much so. Hello. Hello, Melanie Beeman. Good to see you. And Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Everyone have a good morning. Hey, JK, how you doing? Every time I see that, I want to say it's Jacked Buck. That's what I want to say. It looks like every damn time. That is such a cool avatar. I love it. Oh my! Good morning, JD. And Glennie's right. Good morning, evening, to everyone from Queensland, Australia. Nice. Welcome. And I am doing good. My face doesn't hurt as much as it did yesterday. It was a hot one yesterday. Jiraiya loves spring. Oh, the colors, the flowers, the sun's warmth, the vibes. Oh yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous out right now. Good morning, T Underwood. Good to see you. And Oki Mima. I hope you're safe and you made it through the storms. If you're in Oklahoma, most definitely that's some rough stuff folks are going through with. Your powered Wi-Fi might go out after you're having a bad storm currently. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Be safe. I missed it. What happened to your face? Oh, well, okay. So what was it? Saturday. We have a dogwood that died in the backyard. It's been there since forever, and it finally just decided it was going to give up the ghost. It couldn't survive another year of having birds rest upon its leaves, and so wife asked me if I would cut it down, and I've got a pole saw that'll cut branches off, and I was trimming the branches up so whenever it fell, it wouldn't take out like a whole bunch of her hydrangeas and stuff like that. And I cut off this one branch, and whenever it fell and hit the ground, it bounced back. You know, the springiness to it bounced back, and whenever it did, a piece of that came off, broke off, and there was a stick in it, and it came and hit me in the face. After it hit the ground, it bounced off and clocked me right in the mouth. So punctured it all the way through. But I mean, the inside is healed up. The outside looks a little rough, but it's fine. Yes, MG did make it through the storms. What did I do with Shizzy? Was that? Oh, well, I had, and then because of where it punctured, I shaved, and just, I didn't want to have just the Amish beard. So I shaved all the rest of it off. It happens. Nature's both beautiful and terrible. Hope you all are doing well. Most definitely. Yeah, me. I am glad I'm okay too, because it would have really sucked to have to go and get stitches and all that kind of stuff. So I did that Saturday, probably around noon. And then I had the mock trial that we were doing. So I was with the camera off during that whole thing. I also do have the what do you call it? The hearing portion. Well, the jury portion of that recorded. So later this week, what I'll be doing is showing what went on inside the jury room and sort of how they came to their conclusion. And it's all saved, recorded. Hopefully, I'll be able to get Baker on for that, and we'll watch that together, which will be pretty fun. just to see how the jury came up with it. It's pretty cool. Who is this man? He is not Shizzy. Oh yes, my wife says the same thing. Looks completely different without the beard. It is me though. I swear. Thanks, I appreciate it. Not a barbecue accident like legal vices. Didn't he get burned or something like that? I was like, God, ouch, ouch. I hate those. First day of vacation will be heading north to open camp and fish. Nice, very nice. I have not been camping in forever, and longer than that with the fishing portion of it. I mean, the last time I went camping, it was weird because I grew up actually, camping out in the woods, like far away from everything. And the last time we camped, it was like some campsite thing. It was weird. I told my wife, I was like, this doesn't feel like camping. Camping is supposed to be completely different than that. And then we got together with some friends. This is early on in our relationship before we were married. We hooked up with some friends and we found this campsite. So I want to say it was up in the Blue Ridge area, and we went camping, horseback riding, and I mean like real camping, like out in the middle of the woods kind of camping. I mean, there was a campsite there, but it wasn't one of these just side of the road campsite things where you have RVs pull in, you throw a tent up, and you got like running water there and stuff. But it literally was out in the middle of nowhere, and had a great time. Yeah, I think we camped out there for like a weekend, and did horseback riding. We had to drive somewhere in. I'd have to look at a map to be sure of where everything was at, because it was quite a bit of a drive. But what a great time we had! An absolute great time it was. Um, and I need to get back into doing some more of that. Just because I enjoy doing that so much. Yes, a lot younger for sure. Well, thank you. Yes, it does happen. Once you get rid of a lot of the gray, it tends to look a little better. But today we'll talk about the news a little bit here. It's motorcycle camping up in. Oh yeah, that's fun. That's very fun. I'd love to be doing that. My wife doesn't like long rides on a motorcycle. She's like, nope. After like an hour, she's done. She's like, nope, don't want to be here. And this is our thoughts and prayers for these fine folks here. It's the tornadoes ripped through. It's not happy. It's not a pleasant time. There was four that were deleted in Oklahoma, leaving a trail of destruction, thousands without power. Sulphur, Oklahoma tornadoes killed four people in Oklahoma, including an infant. Oh, that sucks. Left thousands without power Sunday after destructive outbreak of severe weather flattened buildings in the heart of one rural town, injured at least 100 people across the state. More than 20,000 people will still be without electricity for hours. We're still without electricity for hours after tornadoes began late Saturday night. The destruction was extensive in Sulphur, a town of about 5,000 people, where a tornado crumpled many downtown buildings, tossed cars and buses, and sheared the roof off of houses across 15-block radius. You just can't believe this destruction. Oklahoma, Kevin Stitt said during a visit to the hard-hit town, it seems like every business downtown just has been destroyed. Stitt said about 30 people were injured in Sulphur, including some who were in a bar as a tornado struck. Damn. That would suck. Here, have a drink. Where'd my drink go? Let's go chase my drink. Yeah, lots of thoughts. Is camping is now setting up a hotel room and using a canvas instead of walls, or $500,000 RV. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My heart breaks for all of these, and much thoughts and prayers. Um, Hospitals across the state reported about 100 injuries, including people apparently cut or struck by debris, according to Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management. An infant was killed amongst those, and emergency director Mike Dockery told Oklahoma television Coco. Oh. Yeah. White House officials said Biden spoke to Stitt on Sunday and offered the full support of the federal government. The deadly weather in Oklahoma added to the dozens of reported tornadoes that have wreaked havoc in the nation's midsection since Friday. Another death was reported in Sunday in Iowa, where officials in Potawatomi County said man critically injured during a tornado. In Oklahoma, authorities said the tornado in Sulphur began in a city park before barreling through downtown, flipping cars, ripping off roofs and walls off of brick buildings. Windows and doors were blown out of structures that remained standing. I mean, that just looks oof. That is a lot right there. What a mess. How do you rebuild it? This is complete devastation. Well, it happens. It's crazy you want to help, but where do you start? You start with a shovel. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, Morrow, your family and Sulphur were injured, but okay, lost everything else. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. That is rough. Yes, prayers for all and battling those who are on the way with more to come. Oh, yeah. Hey, good to see you, Knock. Good to see you. Oh, wow, that's the worst state of tornadoes up north here. We get very few per year. Prayers with all affected. Yes. Top of the morning. Prayers to all involved with Mom Nature. Yeah. Tornadoes are insane. People take wind for granted and never underestimate nature. Good morning, Scrogum. Brenda, how you doing? Good to see you. Amos girl. Good morning, Shizzy. Hope you all are doing good. Good morning, chat. Yes. But our thoughts and prayers do go out because this is, it's more than just the minor injuries and the damage to buildings and things like that. They're and the same thing was very, very true during Katrina, where a lot of people were displaced, no place to go, trying to pick up the pieces afterwards. Let's put it this way. I knew somebody that worked for the American Red Cross, and Mobile was hit much harder than New Orleans. New Orleans was never hit with the direct effects of the storms that happened there. It was that their pumps and their levees overflowed. Their pumps couldn't handle the amount of water that came in and flooded a good part of New Orleans. And that was the biggest part of the destruction that happened in New Orleans. People refusing to leave their homes, things like that. And the aftermath after that was part of the city itself. Had no desire to do the work, to do the cleanup. It wasn't even, oh Christ, I want to say within a year, Tennessee got a major flood. Like a lot of major rains came through, flooded the whole area out. And within 24 hours, they had people coming out, the locals, neighbors working together, and they, cleaned up. It's a mentality of some people to not help their community, that could have really helped New Orleans out a little bit better. It shows you just a different mentality of a whole area where they did this on their own without asking for any help from FEMA, and we're talking the millions of dollars that were lost that fateful weekend. It was bad. I mean, it was well into the hundreds of millions of dollars. But the community got together and rebuilt. And it was the same way with Mobile. Mobile was basically wiped off the map. It wasn't Mobile itself, but just a little area off there. They just got together and put things together. Yeah, you were just north of Mobile. Yeah, JW knows what I'm talking about. Um, and this person was working working for the American Red Cross and was just so surprised, like at Mobile, how fast the community got together and rebuilt. Whereas New Orleans, it was they just put out their hand and said, "Fix it, fix me, fix it, fix me, fix it, pay me." They set up in FEMA trailers for hell. It was years after that before they ever got the work done that they needed to have done on their homes. And it wouldn't surprise me if there's still people in those damn FEMA trailers. Like I said, devastating. Um, the amount of devastation, it just shows you the resilience of communities that are willing to, put in the work to, get their shit together. Kudos, and sorry if I went off on a tangent, but you'll see that these folks in Sulphur, as much as bad and as devastating as all of this looks, they will come through, they will clean up, and it'll be something that will be in their mind forever. What was that? You calling everyone in New Orleans fat, lazy, flat black? Nope, not even. Not even. It wasn't just blacks. It wasn't just whites. It wasn't just the poor. It was just the community itself did not want to help each other out. They it just it just had a bad attitude. Well, there's always prostitution. Just saying. Good to see you, Brandon. Good to see how you doing. Hey, T Rex. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, weirdos. No longer am on. No, yeah, no. I went through and removed a bunch of mods. Um, it is nothing against anybody. If you were a mod and you were removed as a mod, that's just sometimes you have to go through and do a big cleanup. That's all. Just did a big huge cleanup, but don't you worry about it, T Rex. It's only temporary. Their mods will be coming back. I'm just messing with you. I'm good. How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Face hurts a little bit, but other than that, I'm good to go. Clean up. Clean is hardest part that touches your heart when volunteers show up to help. Yes, and it's also, and sometimes it's hard for people to accept the help because they don't want all their dirty laundry out there. Literally, I mean it's devastating. Um, just I've never had to live through something as devastating as this. I've seen it, but my hearts and prayers go out to everyone that's affected by this. Um, Heavy rain swept into Oklahoma with tornadoes that caused dangerous flooding, water rescues outside Sulphur. Rising lake levels shut down the Chickasaw National Recreation Area where the storms wiped out a pedestrian bridge. Stitt issued an executive order Sunday declaring a state of emergency in 12 counties due to the fallout from severe weather. At Sulphur High School gym, where families took cover from the storm. It's always weird to me. Jacqueline Wright said she and her family heard what sounded like a helicopter as the tornado touched down over them. Chad Smith, 43, said people ran into the gym as the wind picked up. The rain started coming fast and the doors slammed shut. Just give me a beer and a lawn chair and I will sit outside and watch it, Smith said. Instead, he took cover. Residents in other states were also digging out from storm damage. A tornado in suburban Omaha, Nebraska demolished homes and businesses Saturday as it moved for miles through farmland into subdivisions. Then it slammed an Iowa town. Yeah, and here's the devastation of just one home. Just, I mean, this was probably filled with items, and more than likely, the house is just gone, ripped right in half. And this isn't something that you can just put a patch on. It's just crazy. The tornado began damage Friday near Lincoln, Nebraska. An industrial building in Lancaster County was hit, causing it to collapse with 70 people inside. Oof. Several were trapped, but everyone was evacuated, and the 3 injuries were not life-threatening. One or possibly 2 tornadoes that then spent around an hour creeping towards Omaha, leaving behind damage consistent with an EF3 twister with winds 135 to 165 miles an hour, said Chris Franks, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service Omaha office. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds spent Saturday touring the damage and arranging for assistance for the damaged communities. Formal damage assessments are still underway, but the state's plan to keep up to seek federal help. Oof. Well, and hopefully that money makes it to the community. I really do. I really hope it makes it to the community. I would seriously not do that. Yamaha. Have you noticed that it takes something like this to pull people together? I wish more people could help those in need, but it is a beautiful blessing. Yes. Community really is key. I got your back mentality. Yeah, it is. Oh, these storms got a little out of control. Yeah, just a little. Rare Aussie. Good morning, Little B, JD fan. Morning, Captain Kern. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Good morning, Farrell. I hope you're doing good. Jiraiya, Little B, people just need a nudge. They are loving. We just forget what is important. Definitely. You take care, JD. Yeah, Farrell. Oh, the wonderful Farrell. No, it's getting these kinds of storms in here. It's never good. But the beauty of it is someone's changed their tune. Someone has seriously changed their tune. Biden, he tells Latino voters they're the reason he defeated Trump in 2020 and says, I need you back. I don't believe that's true because first of all, there was something that Biden used to say to people. He basically called them this. He called them Latinx or some crap like that voters. He gave no 2 shits about them. And if you really want to get technical, he was more saying that I need you black, because if you're not black, you're not going to vote for me. You only vote. What a piece of work this asshole is. Joe Biden on Tuesday personally appealed to the Latino voters, saying, and you notice they're dropping the Latinx. They're not happy about dropping that. Good morning, Judge Maddie. Glad you see it. How you doing? I need you back, he told several dozen supporters packed into a local Mexican restaurant. Why is it always... See, this is just... I was like, why don't you go, instead of going to a local Mexican restaurant, why don't you head down to where the Hispanic community actually hangs out? Biden said the upcoming election isn't a referendum on him, but rather a choice between me and a guy named Trump. The Democrat highlighted Trump's derogatory This is not true. Jesus. I wish that AP would do their job and do their job good as far as quoting what Trump actually said. Little assholes. No, AP, you're absolutely wrong in this. He highlighted Trump's derogatory rhetoric towards Latinos, saying during his winning 2016 campaign that many of those coming into the United States... No, he said the gangs that are coming into the United States, they are filled with people that are graping, and he actually did say that right there, poisoning the blood of our country. And what he was talking about is people wanting to come into our country and change the way that it's run. It had everything to do with illegal aliens coming into this country, causing problems, had everything to do with the criminals that were being unleashed into our country, which is actually proven. Not all of them are. It is the ones that are coming in here that are doing bad things. This is the problem. It's just ridiculous. I think something completely spell check off the phone. I need to go to Apple today, or I work by the Chrysler Building. It seemed like the only valid options. That's true. Damn, Eddie, your feral radar is pinging. Good to see you. Good to see you. Rare Aussie, is there only 2 running for president? No, there's more. The AP is doing its job to be a tool of the regime. That is very correct. All I can say is God help us, but no, for real. Biden said Hispanic unemployment is the lowest it's been in a long time because of his policies. No, wrong again. It's in spite of your policies, you dumbass. Highlighted administration initiatives to help small businesses and reduce gun violence. What, you saying they're criminals? Biden? Jeez, man. He wants to get rid of all the programs we put together. No, you got rid of all the programs that Trump had in place. And also, you don't have any respect for the Latin community, Biden. You never have. You never will. You see them as animals. You see them as useful tools, and you don't see them as human beings. And that comes right from Biden. That's the kind of person that Biden is. He considers these people to be animals and beneath him, and that he has to help them out. He actually has to pull them out of poverty because they're not capable of doing that themselves. That's the Democrat Party right there in a nutshell. Biden's push with Latino voters is part of the campaign broader of efforts to lay the groundwork to re-engage various constituencies he will need to be reelected, because he wanted to have nothing to do with them before, such as the Black and Hispanic adults have been increasingly disenchanted with his performance in office because he doesn't give 2 shits about them. For him, this is all just about Biden getting reelected. You reelect him and you think it's going to change? He's a career politician. He's been in politics longer than most people have been living, especially as voters. 38% of U.S. adults approve how Biden was handling his job. And see, this is where they want to divide blacks and the whites and the Hispanics. There's in these statements. Good job, AP. You're wonderful. And it says here, of course, black adults are more likely than white and Hispanic adults to approve of Biden. But that approval has dropped in 3 years since Biden took office. Yeah, not by much. Biden, who is on a 3-day campaigning swing through Nevada, Arizona, and Texas, while Trump is having to deal with bullshit court case in New York. How does that feel? Told their supporters in an earlier political stop Tuesday in Reno, Nevada, that he and Trump have different value set. Yes, Trump doesn't play around with little children. I never heard a president say the things that he has said. Well, that's because you're an idiot. Simple as that, Biden. Biden said Washoe County, where Reno is located in Nevada, really, it just reminds me of that damn, that freaking one. Critical for November election. It was the movie Naked Gun. Really. Nevada is among the half dozen battlegrounds that would determine the next president, and Washoe is a lone swing county in the state. We're going to beat him again, Biden said of Trump. Well, okay. Afterward, Biden flew to Las Vegas to go get a couple of male strippers dressed as women and to promote his administration's housing policies. I'm kidding. The first part of that was made up, maybe. In Phoenix on Wednesday, he will discuss part of his computer chip manufacturing sector. Tuesday's appearances coincide with the launch of Latinos con Biden Harris, Spanish for Latinos with Biden Harris. Campaign ads ran in English, Spanglish, and Spanglish. Spanish and Spanglish. What? Why would you have to use Spanglish? See, making up shit again. Ugh. And did 2 Spanish language radio interviews with the president. I plan on working with I thought he said he was going to work with the devil for your support. It says he's going to work like the devil to earn your support. Interview Biden. See, this is all about him. And where is the coverage that AP should be doing for 2? See, that's the thing. I've noticed that. Do you have booze? Anyone heard the newest song? It's epic. It's called "Because Hunter Got High." Oh yeah, it's hilarious. It is so hilarious. Any complaints for her? Okay. I hate phone companies. Completely worthless. Yes. I gotta pick something up when I go into town this morning. Well, be fair. Be feral. Feral, do you like champagne? Champagne. Good to see you. Only at weddings. Only at weddings. The DNC is at risk of not getting Biden on the ballot in several more states as well. Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, that's been a concern, but that's not what's going to happen. It is typical that you hear these kinds of things, and it's a way of getting people activated, get them, upset or ready to go. It is bullshit. It'll happen. Completely and entirely will happen. No doubt about it. He will be there. And I'm going to go grab some coffee. So I'll be right back. Awesome. Oh yeah, I love it. So what happened since I went and got some coffee? What exactly has happened? I would like to buy you some Vouvet. Oh wow. Jeez, man. Some rosé. Re-download that Discord hellscape. But you quick deleting Discord. Yeah, it is like $100 a bottle, best mid-level of champagne, but it ate champagne as well. Ugh. There's always a price. Always is a price. Yeah, it does happen. Just like this. Looks like the Ukrainians' army chief reports tactical retreat in the east and warns of frontline pressure. Did we just send them like billions of dollars? They've been forced to make a tactical retreat from three villages in the east. Country's army chief warning of a worsening battlefield as they wait much needed arms from a huge. Oh yeah, see. What do you think's going to happen in this situation? I mean, I'm not a predictor of the future, but I would say the future looks a little bleak for Ukraine, and this money is just going to waste. Uh, do we really believe they're going to let Biden run? I think the DNC has a replacement waiting. The most difficult situation is the Pokrovskov and Ukrovko directions. The fierce battle continues. The enemy is engaged up to 4 brigades in these directions. Didn't they say that what was it Ukraine saying that we're stomping them all over the place? 2 of these front lines villages front. Yeah. Just this is all semantics. The U.S. weapons would begin making their way to Ukraine. They signed, of course, into law a 95 billion measure, and they say 61 million is going to Ukraine, which is a lie. Closer to 75 million. Or billion, sorry. Not like in either party at this point. It's just a uni party. And I remember way back before I was born, if you look back at the news, and I talked about this a little bit last night, that in private, because there's certain things you have to keep quiet on the YouTubes because they don't like you talking about it. This was not too different than the way America was, or other parts of the world and parts of the country. Didn't act this much differently whenever there was a certain uprising of Germany. Yeah, the U.S. was backing that all for quite some time. And do you think it's going to be much different this go around? There's going to be a lot of people disappointed whenever all the dust settles. And it'll be typical. They'll give a nice little flip flop, and people will forgive them for being assholes. But that's the way it goes. This one woman right here, this congresswoman, was born and raised in Ukraine. She just voted against aid for her own homeland. Why would that be? Victoria Sparks, the first and only Ukrainian-born member of Congress, emerged early as a natural advocate for supporting her native country in its war with Russia. But when the $61 billion in additional support for a freaking war, came up for a vote in the House recently, she voted against it. Why would she vote against it? Instead, she was calling for better oversight of U.S. funds and opposed giving them a blank checks to a Ukrainian cause. Yeah, here, let's just throw billions of dollars at a country and tank our economy. Wonderful. She puts more in line with conservative House Republicans, more notably with voters in her deeply conservative Central Indiana Congressional District. She's locked in a tough reelection fight for the May 7th GOP primary, made all the more complicated by her Republican announcement more than a year ago that she wouldn't seek another term, a decision she later reversed. The aid package, part of a larger bill that has also included assistance for travel for Israel, Taiwan, and other global hotspots. Yeah, a small amount to other hotspots. My audio is getting loud and quiet. It's probably because I keep turning my head left and right and reading the news. Probably move my microphone in a better location might help out. Might be a little bit better. David is broken. Is MG even doing a stream tonight? I don't know. Don't know. I usually don't know if MG's doing a stream until sometime later. Hello, Bodisha. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Morning, Tammy Bogard. Good to see you this morning. Yes, effing app. Deleting it. It was approved by the House on April 20th, the Senate on Tuesday, and signed into law on Wednesday. Yeah. And do you think it's going to help? Do you think it's going to help Ukraine? Sending a trillion. This 95 billion turns into a trillion, turns into a couple of trillion, then tens of trillions, and nothing changes. Just happens again. And again. And again. And again. It's disappointing as all get out that you have to see this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It looks like my internet is acting all funky, of course, because that's what happens. Probably a YouTube thing. Probably a YouTube thing. Well, let's hit another hot topic right here. Class of 24 reflects on college years marked by the COOF, protests, and lives lost milestones, like, growing up and stop acting asses. Los Angeles, on a recent afternoon, Grant O. zigzagged across the University of Southern California campus as if he was conquering an obstacle course. Yeah, right. Don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second. It's crazy because I remember starting freshman year with the start of 4 years of wars. He was a senior in high school whenever they were protesting. This is so confusing, this whole thing, because I can't say half of the words that they're talking about here. Why doesn't he say that he was just a senior in high school when people were acting a fool? Because that's what it boils down to. And who is getting a degree in health promotion and disease prevention added that his loss of a memorable moment pales in comparison to what's happening. At the end of the day, people are dying. Every day, people die and born. It's sort of the cycle of life. College campuses have always been a hotbed for protests, so we'll get into that later. But students today also carry additional stresses from having lived through the forced isolation, forced fear. Picture on Discord. Oh, okay, work. Good to see. But it's not just about missed milestones. No. They suffer from much higher rates of anxiety and depression. Wow, go figure. Protesters have been pitched in tents on campuses. Yeah, no. That just sounds wrong. That just sounds so damn wrong. Yes, I understand you want to pitch your tent, at a campus, but dude, in public, the campuses will be closed for the semester at California Polytech, which has been negotiating with students who have been barricaded inside a campus since Monday, rebuffing an attempt by the police to clear them out. They'll be calling off its main graduation on Thursday at USC. By trying to silence has made everything way worse. Oh yeah, they're about to find out. All these students are about to F around and find out. Students at other universities were equally glum. Just imagine you're a college student You're going to college and you have to deal with this shit. And all you want to do is get your stuff done and go the hell home. Start your career, whatever it might be, and you're just done with this bullshit. But you got a bunch of what is the best description? Something to do with like fucktards, something similar to that. And I just say this, just keep the dumb fuckery to a minimum today. That's all it is. And it just keeps on going. You're invisible. You're not invisible. Hail, Volstorm. Good morning, Volstorm. Good to see you. Pray for me. Join the real world, and then let's talk about stress. Yes. Students, they're creating problems for themselves and then bitching and moaning about it. Because what happens? What happens if graduation doesn't happen? If you don't get your grades passing? What happens? Well, you get this kind of bullshit right there. College protesters want amnesty at stake, tuition, legal charges, grades, and graduation. Well, this is the F around. This is the find out part of effing around. Fuck them. Simple as that. No, don't give them anything. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. They effed around, they found out. Every single one of these gets arrested. They lose their grades. They don't graduate. Tuition gone. Go explain that shit to your mommy and daddy. Go get used to living in that tent, because that's where you belong. Just stay in your happy tent. Move to California. I hear the weather's nice there. You can go live amongst all the other people living in tents. Mariam Alawan figured the worst was over after the New York City police in riot gear arrested her and other protesters at Columbia University campus. Nope. Loaded them onto buses and held them in custody for hours. Oh, hours. Why don't you talk to these some of the January 6th protesters? Tell me how long they've been locked up without even having a hearing. You were locked up for hours? But the next evening, the college junior received an email from the university. Alawan and other students were being suspended after their arrests at the Gaza Solidarity Encampment. What the F is that crap? A tactic colleges across the country have deployed to calm growing campus protests against the Israel-Hamas war. You mean the attacks on Israel? Isn't that what you're saying? You don't like that? Little anti-Semitistic little bastards. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning, Deborah Millinger. Good to see you. Good to see you. Put that up. It's weird. The students' plight, it's a plight now. It's become part of the central part of protests, and with students and a growing number. Didn't we see this crap happen before? These little encampments. If I'm not mistaken, they did this on a Wall Street. They protested. Oh, the rich people are taking everything away from us. The 1% runs 100% of everything. Yeah, they create the jobs with their ingenuity. Not saying that they shouldn't be getting their comeuppance. I'm just saying that it changed nothing. Your protests changed nothing. They took over a little area in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken. They called it Chaz or Chop or some crap like that. Everything was fine and hunky and dory until, well, they couldn't survive off of trying to grow plants on a tarp in the middle of the summer. It was just weird. Idiots. The students plight because they're idiots. No, we just should call them idiots. The idiots' plight has become a central part of the protest, with students and a growing number of faculty demanding their amnesty. Fire those teachers also. Fire every damn one of them. They are the rich people. Exactly. The real wake-up call will be when they tell their employers they can't make it to work because they need to protest. Let's see how far it gets them. Yep. Bored rich kids. That is the basis of it. And they will just go from town to town. These are organized protests. It's done intentionally to disrupt. Okay, you want to disrupt? F around, find out. An issue at issue is whether universities and law enforcement will clear the charges. They should not. Withhold other consequences. They should not. And whether the suspension and legal records will follow their students into their adult lives. They should. Every damn bit of it. There's one of my wife's friend's daughters, which is, her daughter, lovely young lady, in some sort of protest decided to shave her head bald. Oh, it was during the whole BLM stuff. She shaved her head bald in some sort of protest, and then wanted to go down to a rally, BLM rally. Yeah. Let's put it this way. A rich white girl showing up with a bald head at a BLM rally wearing a pair of Doc Martens. Mom explained to her that would not be a good idea. Just saying, not a good idea. But she's not as smart as she is, and in all different kinds of ways. Yeah, she's so dumb in many others. Yeah, very dumb. Good morning, Girl Racer. Glad you can make it in. Good morning, Terry Ham. Good morning from Maine. Beautiful sunny morning. How are you all? Doing well. So terms of suspensions vary from campus to campus. At Columbia and its affiliated Barnard College for Women, Olawan and dozens more arrested on April 18th and promptly barred from campuses and classes, unable to attend in person or virtually, and banned from all dining halls. Why? Because they do not want to F around with you. They don't have time to deal with your bullshit. And if you're doing this out front, they don't want to have you come in disrupting classes, disrupting people that are there to actually learn. That's what they don't want. They don't want your ass there. If you come to learn, these are places of higher learning, and it's turned into a place for people to protest every little discrepancy that they see with things that they don't like. Get rid of them. Make them go away. Questions about their academic futures remain. Well, you should have thought about this shit before you did this. This is part of growing up. Will they be allowed to take final exams? No, they shouldn't be. What about financial aid? You should be cut off. Graduation? No. You're done. Because you clearly did not come here to learn. Columbia State says outcomes will be decided at disciplinary hearings, but Awan says she's not been given a date. Tough shit. Maybe stay another couple of years and get your head out of your ass. Might be nice, but they want pillows and pizza parties. Yeah, exactly. The only lives that mattered in that fiasco were the few that made a ton of money, then bought homes in rich white neighborhoods. Exactly. This feels very dystopian. No, you want to see dystopian? Why don't you take your ass over to Israel? Or better yet, if you're so against and you're so wanting to help out Hamas and you think that that's a wonderful way to go, take your ass over there. But they will be more than happy to have the one of you what is it, the Jews for Palestine, or how about the trans for Hamas, or whatever it is that you want it to be. Yeah, go over there. See how fast you learn to fly. Just say, you think you're smooth because you can do it from 100,000 miles away, and you think that you're protesting something. Why don't you take your ass over there and F around and find out there. Go set up an encampment and protest there, because you're getting it really nice. If all you're getting is a suspension from college, go F around somewhere else and find out. What started at Columbia has turned into a nationwide showdown between idiots and administrators over anti-war protest and the limits of free speech. You always have free speech. You always have free speech. But you also have to be willing to pay the consequences for that free speech. It's always there. In the past 10 days, hundreds of students have been arrested, suspended, put on probation, and in rare cases expelled from colleges, including Yale University, the University of Southern California, Vanderbilt, and the University of Minnesota. Bernard, a women's liberal arts college at Columbia, suspended more than 50 students who were arrested April 18th and evicted them from campus housing, according to interviews with students and reporting from Columbia's Spectator campus newspaper, which obtained internal campus documents. Good. Let them go talk to mommy and daddy. And whatever dad was saying, such a sad and scary situation, it is. Whenever daddy, who's been footing the bill, sees his daughter come rolling up in the nice car that he bought her as a high school graduation present, sort of help send her through college. Yeah, she comes showing back up on daddy's doorstep. Daddy, I messed up. Yeah, you messed up. By the way, you've got 6 months to find yourself a job. Send you on your way. We were actually happy to have our child out of the house for some time, and now we've got you back here. Just, they don't get it. They hand degrees out now like grade schools hand out participation certificates. Just signing up. No child left behind is now extended into higher learning. Well, and then you, the taxpayer, will pay for it. They're ready to sacrifice themselves for all. One would hope that they would. I don't think they want to go that far, because it's easier to protest while, making a big show of things, but not really doing anything. Morning, Jamie. Good to see you. Oh, maybe we should do a poll for Farrell's booze treat since she's indecisive. Well, on Friday, Bernard announced they reached agreements restoring campuses access to nearly all of them, so they're letting them back in. A statement from college did not specify the number, but said all students who had their suspensions lifted have to agree to follow college rules, and in some cases were put on probation. So they basically gave them a second chance. That's mighty nice of them. On the night of arrest, however, Bernard's student Miriam, what? I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because there's just too many consonants and not enough vowels. Something like that. Posted a screenshot on X of a dean's email telling her that she could briefly return to her room with campus security before getting kicked out. You will have 15 minutes to gather what you need. There you go. More than 100 Bernard and Columbia faculty stage a rally to support our students. Well, they should be fired also. Condemning the students arrested and demanding suspensions be lifted. No, whenever you see that you have an empty classroom and you're the ones that caused this in the first place, you're the ones that protested, started all this bullshit in the first place, you could have easily told your students, no, there's a way to go about this. This is not the way to do it. Want to protest on your own time, and don't do it on the campus. Warning you. Columbia is still pushing to remove the tent encampment on the campus's main lawn where graduation is set to be hosted on May 15th. I hope graduation doesn't happen because of these asses. Like they have to hold it somewhere else. The students have demanded the school cut ties with Israel-linked companies, ensure amnesty for students and faculty arrested or disciplined in connection with the protests. Nope. There was a president who said, we don't negotiate with terrorists. And that should be handled quickly, promptly. I'll just grab some MLS style near beer. Yeah. This year reminds me of 1968. The Democrat convention was in Chicago then too. Yeah. Buy a permit. For fuck's sake. Yeah. They wouldn't have granted it to him because there's certain demands that they would have had to meet. Oh, look. Speaking of demands, talks with student protesters and continuing, said Ben Chang, a Columbia spokesperson. Well, Ben Chang, go F yourself. We have our demands and they have theirs. But their demands supersede yours, because your demands are ridiculous. For international students facing suspension, there's an added fear of losing their visas. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Send them back to whence they came. And then you find out what freedom is really like. Radka Shantith, attorney with the Palestine Legal, which helped a group of Columbia students file federal civil rights complaints against the school Thursday. It accuses Columbia of not doing enough to address discrimination against Palestinian students. No, we arrest them just as quickly as we arrest the others. We do not discriminate. You live in the UK, but do you hear Americans talk about your numbered rights? But I do hear you Americans talk about your numbered rights. Oh, there are numbered rights. You still have them. But you also have to understand that you have to still abide by the law. Yeah, buy a permit. There you go. Yeah, these are the same students then, if they would have come up 10, 15 years ago, they would have been protesting, animals or some crap like that. More than 40 students were arrested at a Yale demonstration last week, including the senior. He is due to graduate on May 20th, but says the university has not told him if his case will be submitted to this disciplinary panel. He worries about whether he will receive a diploma. Well, there you go, asshole. You shouldn't. They should say, if you want to reapply, you're welcome to come back, reapply, and we'll think about it. Because you misrepresented the type of person that you were, that you came here to actually learn. Novel idea, higher learning, come to learn, but you decided to F that up as quickly as possible. Well, or at least wait until you're a senior and then F'd it up. The school has done its best to ignore us and not tell us what happens next. Well, you should have looked into it beforehand. In no way, shape, or form do they owe you any explanation. Across the country, college administrators have struggled to balance free speech and inclusivity. What you're saying, these things are not part of one another. You're included in having free speech. You're also included to pay the piper whenever it comes due for that free speech. Freedom is not free, fools. Some demonstrators have included hate speech, anti-Semitic threats, or support for Hamas, the group that attacked Israel on October 7th, sparking a war in Gaza that has left more than 34,000 dead. Now, people forgot about that, yes. May commencement ceremonies added pressure to clear demonstrations. University officials say arrests and suspensions are a last resort, and they give ample warnings beforehand to clear protest areas. Vanderbilt University in Tennessee has issued what are believed to be the only student expulsions related to protesting. It doesn't matter what you're protesting. You're causing problems. You are being disruptive. If you want to be disruptive, pay the consequences. There's always a consequence paid for being a disruptive person. And if you're not willing to pay that price, then continue to disrupt. F around, find out. Really, really super easy. Oh. According to the Institute Middle Eastern Understanding, don't care. Don't care about the Middle East. Like I said, you're so concerned with it, just take your ass over there and go protest. See how far that gets you. for several hours on March 26, prompting the university to summon police and arrest several protesters. Vanderbilt then issued 3 expulsions, 1 suspension, and put 22 protesters on probation. In an open letter to Chancellor Daniel Diermeyer, more than 150 Vanderbilt professors criticized the university's crackdown as excessive and punitive. Well, all 150 Vanderbilt professors, go find another freaking job. Go start your own college if you're that concerned with it, because the funding that comes to you comes from a lot of other people. Chizzy agreed. These are flavor of the month protesters. Yeah, exactly. Hence my previous statement. Absolutely, Tammy. Absolutely. In an open letter so this freshman Jack Potezek, 19, one of those expelled, is being allowed to attend classes while he appeals. He's been evicted from his dorm and living off campus, probably in that little tent that he bought to go protest. Told you it'd come in handy. So Potezek, whatever, said protesting in high school was what helped him get into Vanderbilt and secure a merit scholarship for activists and organizers. His college essay was about organizing walkouts in rural Florida to oppose DeSantis's anti-gay policies. Well, that's where you probably screwed up. They had to include you, more than likely. Vanderbilt seemed to love that. No, they didn't. Unfortunately, the buck stops when you start advocating for Palestinian libations. Oh, well, we like Palestinian libations. My mom always told me you play and you pay greatly. Yeah. Little beer, your mama is wise. Absolutely. There's always that constant, effing around that people have. But maybe we delve into a little bit deeper. Like this, carefully planned and partly improvised. No, it was carefully planned. Not well thought out, but carefully planned. Months before they pitched their tents at Columbia University's main lawn. Just change the wording, the phrasing here. College campuses nationwide, a small group of these students met privately to sketch out the logistical details of round-the-clock occupation. See, they were more concerned about doing this than studying, being students, studious. There's been a lot of work and a lot of meetings that went into it, and when we finally pulled it off, we had no idea how it would go. Now you're finding out how it went. No, I didn't think anyone imagined it would take off like it did. Well, who do you think funded your bullshit? Inspired by the protests at Columbia, hundreds of students have set up protesting campuses. They're calling on cutting financial ties with Israel and companies supporting the conflict. So those that are supporting Gaza and supporting Hamas and terrorism are the ones that are funding you. How does that make you feel? You're being funded by terrorists to go and protest. That's what it looks like to me. Columbia student affiliated with Students for Justice in Palestine, I guess another terrorist group there, a group that the university suspended in November, said organizers had been in touch with students at other schools about how to erect their tents, pitch their tents. About 200 people joined one call with students on other campuses to attract the most news media attention. Oh, there you go. The university president Minushekev's testimony last Wednesday to a congressional panel investigating concerns about anti-Semitism at elite colleges. Following day, officers in New York Police Department flooded the campuses, dismantled the tents, arrested more than 100 activists, and threw out their food and water. Said she had taken the extraordinary step of requesting police intervention because the encampment had disrupted campus life and created a harassing and intimidating environment for many students. That decision fueled currents of rage that quickly washed across the country, prompting students at other college campuses to set up their little own protest encampments. Wait, Where's Shizzy? See, I get that a lot. Good morning, Celestial. Good to see you. Time for Western companies to stop selling them weapons. Columbia sucks. I went there on a tour when you were looking at schools. My father and I just peeled off and dedicated our efforts elsewhere. That place sucks. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be better off going to a community college than going to a place like Columbia if they're going to act like this stuff. So Malaka Laka, a law student and spokesperson for the 100 student strong encampment at the University of California, Berkeley, said Tuesday, just hours after last week's arrest from Columbia, students jumped a fence on an adjacent lawn, wrapping themselves up in blankets until a new provision of tents eventually arrived. In the weeks since police cleared the first encampment, the second iteration has grown not only larger, but more organized. Yeah. Yeah, they're idiots. They call themselves students. I call them idiots, or as Kaiser liked to call them, Ramada jihads. Ramada jihads. There you go. Oh, the university, they thought they could call the police and make the protesters go away. Now we have twice as many protesters. Yay. The mood was lively and upbeat on Wednesday as some students passed out. Matzo, left over from Passover, and Cedar and Kanaf, a flaky Middle Eastern pastry, dropped off by a supportive Palestinian family from New Jersey. Well, if they're Palestinian, they would be from Palestine. Now, if they're Americans from New Jersey showing up, then you're getting support. Let's go, Brandon's terrible. He just doesn't look the same without a beard or mustache. Yeah. Was hurt badly in an AIDS-related car accident last night. He will be fine, though. Asshole. That's funny. Oh, man, that hurt. Damn it. That's so bad. This is so bad. Thank you, Brandon. Oh, damn it. I'm going to start leaking again, you son of a bitch. Oh, yep. Let it open. Oh, geez. Of course, those talks broke down Tuesday night. Overnight, the university backtracked, giving demonstrators a 48-hour extension of the group agreed to block if the group agreed to block non-students from the encampment and remove certain number of tents. They denied that the university suggested calling the National Guard, while there had been confrontations, allegations of anti-Semitic activity outside the university's gates. Police described students inside the encampment as policeful and compliant. Organizers said they dismantled a few tents for fire safety reasons, but were still admitting outsiders into the encampment as long as they abided by the community guidelines, including no opponent, whatever. Don't care. Just like, I don't care about these students. I find it like, really, this is the hill you're willing to die on. This is the will that you're completely willing to die on. Yet they could just take and load up their tents and go and help these people out. Just a thought while you're protesting your bullshit shenanigans. You could go and help people out. But at least today we have some uplifting news, because a drunk woman steals a 45-foot ferry while shouting, "I am Jack Sparrow." Arr. Allison Whelan drank Lamborghini and ate poisonous nightshade before boarding the ferry and drifting up a river on the tide. She looks very relaxed. A drunk has been jailed since she stole a 100-seat ferry and smashing into boats yelling, "I am Jack Sparrow. I am a pirate." Allison Whelan, 51, boarded the 45-foot Dart Princess with a friend after a 2-day bender where she got drunk on Lamborghini and ate poisonous deadly nightshade, which, of course, causes hallucinations. She undid the mooring ropes in the early hours and drifted up a river on the tide, bashing into other boats like a pinball machine. Whelan taunted police, shouting, "What are you gonna do now?" and I believe this is out of your jurisdiction. You have no jurisdiction over me. 30 police, a lifeboat crew, coast guards, and paramedics, they had to be called because they were like, you are about to F around and find out, lady. Like, you will find out our jurisdiction. When the cops finally arrested her after an hour when the ferry came to rest in calm water, she told them, we have ended up in St. Tropez if we hadn't been caught. Magistrate jailed her for 122 days for aggravated vehicle taking, and she is denied the charge. Whelan of Paignton, Devon, stole the double-decker ferry in nearby Dartmouth a year ago. She had called an ambulance claiming to have had a seizure. Medics found her drunk and rambling, and one of them was pushed over by her friend Tristan Locke. Medics called police and went to their vehicle to wait when then looked in the mirror and saw the ferry drifting away from the shore. Whelan told police she untied the 2 or 3 of the mooring ropes because she kept tripping over them. She said she then felt the boat moving and noticed the whole tale as they were getting a long, long way. They were sailing into the distance. The ferry suffered about 1,500 lira, or I don't know, dollars, euros, pounds of damage when it hit 2 other boats, which were also damaged. Torquay magistrates heard Whelan and Locke could have been killed on rocks if the tide in the River Dart had been going out at the time. Locke was fined 100 last year for assaulting an ambulance technician. So this lady has a history of being a dumbass. A little behind, but I wholeheartedly approve of the piracy. I think so too. Sounds like she really put herself up a creek without a paddle now, but she had a boat, you know? I'm a little behind, but oh yeah, piracy is awesome. Good morning. I hope you're doing well today. Yes. Yes. We didn't get an ASBO chart. Yeah, well, it happens. Oh, have a great day, Starzy. Off to your minimum wage job. I do love to do as a retired person. That is wonderful. Perhaps it'll grow back. It'll grow back. Don't worry, it'll grow back. Give me a couple weeks. It'll be back to its all its gloriousness. But I had to make room for the big slice on the face. It went pretty deep, and that I didn't need the hair growing into it. So it'll come back. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Ooh, child, things are looking brighter. Something like that. Yeah. All of the silliness going on is crazy. So I don't know if you guys remember this picture. Does this just not look right to you? I mean, she's on her hands and knees next to a chair with tiny little man, and nothing matches up in this room. It just looks so fake. Trump's campaign did not request a response about the comparison. Donald Trump is flailing and struggling to land coherent attacks on Biden. So you say. It seems to me like he's done pretty well. He's managed to make it through. That's just the way that it goes. But every time I see that picture, it makes me laugh. Like in the worst possible way. Because it just looks completely doctored. And speaking of doctored, Shizzy looks so much younger without a beard. Well, thank you, Iron Rabbit. Glad to hear that. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Swingers are weird like that. Speaking of swingers, CDC says it's identified the first documented case of HIV transmitted through cosmetic needles. What did they tell you about sharing needles? In Albuquerque, New Mexico, 3 women who were diagnosed with the HIV after getting vampire facial procedure and an unlicensed New Mexico medical spa are believed to be the first documented cases of people contracted the virus through a cosmetic needle. No, they tell you, don't share needles, you idiots. The CDC said in its morbidity and mortality report last week that an investigation into the clinic from 2018 to 23 showed it apparently reused disposable equipment intended for one-time use. Although HIV transmission from contaminated blood through unsterile injection is a well-known risk, they went ahead and did it anyway. Many popular cosmetics treatments are delivered with needles such as Botox to iron out wrinkles and fillers to plump lips. They call them a vampire facial. Or a platelet-rich plasma microneedling procedure involves drawing a client's own blood, separating its components, then using the tiny needles to inject plasma into the face to rejuvenate the skin. Oh, and of course, tattoos also require needles. New Mexico Department of Health began investigating the spa in the summer of 2018 after it was notified that a woman in her 40s had tested positive for HIV, given it to other people because she was a slutbag, and even though she had no known risk factors, but now everyone involved in her is a risk factor. The woman reported exposure to needles through the procedure at the clinic that spring. The spa closed in the fall of 2018 after the investigation was launched, and its owner was prosecuted for practicing medicine without a license. The report said the investigation showed how important it is to require infection control practices at business that offer cosmetic procedures involving needles. She also noted that the investigation was slowed by poor record keeping and said businesses providing such services should keep better records in case clients need to be contacted later. Jeez, these idiots. Girl, look at this photograph. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Deborah? Hello, everyone. Can't chat much working in the bar. Will you be safe, Rabbit? And hopefully these storms, you avoid the storms. Now, as AP and other news reports have reported earlier on, Putin likely didn't order the death of Russian opposition leader Navalny, the U.S. official says. Imagine that. U.S. officials have determined that Russian Vladimir Putin likely didn't order the death of opposition leader in February, according to official familiar with the determination. While U.S. officials believe Putin was ultimately responsible for his death, who endured brutal conditions during his confinement, the intelligence community has found no smoking gun that he was even aware of the timing of his death, which came soon before the Russian president's re-election or directly ordering it, or according to the official. Officials spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss the sensitive matter. Yeah. See, you guys got to really watch spreading disinformation. Always a bad idea. Always a bad idea to be spreading the misinformations. Here we go. It's getting close there. I have to keep an eye on time today because time is a very interesting thing. When was this? This just happened a couple of days ago, and I heard about this. And we'll watch this particular thing right here. This is an arraignment of a driver arraigned in a Swan Boat Club crash that killed 2 children and injured others. Make sure we got some audio. I think there is audio. It's just quiet right now. Okay. Bye. Headset. There we go. I do have audio. One of the guys at church fell 20 feet from a tree, stand onto a chainsaw. He got broken ribs. Another. Oof. Sorry to hear that, man. Getting a screwdriver since Farrell is a wimp. Oh my God. There you go. Rabbit doesn't avoid the storm. She is the storm. One of the guys from... Sorry to hear that, Tammy. Thoughts and prayers for him.
No, she's not there yet. I'll tell you when she is. Oh, that's her. Well, so
Lots of news cameras in there. Speed this up a little bit. About to F around and find out. Shotgun beer stream, that's what we need. Jeez Louise. No. No, I haven't done that kind of crap since I was 16. Shotgun a beer. Oof. The guy. Ooh. Oh man. I mean, if he fell 30 feet, that's a lot. There you go. Reverse beer shotgun stream with Val. Just shook the floor. How is the gash? Sounds dirty. It's good. It's good. No, it's healing up fine. Hey, Fletcher boy. Thank you very much. The vodka queen bonded out early. Yeah, I know. Ooh. So, her retirement plan was jail. Just like the Clintons had nothing to do with Jeffrey's Epstein. I saw something the other day that was disconcerting. Something disconcerting about the self-deletion. But I don't do conspiracies. But if I did conspiracies, Jesus, that's not me. That's them. This judge has that. I'm not going to F around.
People, State of Michigan versus Marcella Chidester. Case number 241971FY.
Oh my.
Name's
You're a
correct.
what?
Your Honor, Jeff Yorkie on behalf of the people.
Can't handle
Your Honor,
switch
Bill
traffic.
Colovis, P38434 on Ms. Chester. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm with Ms. Chidester.
Oh, and again, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Today's time and date
Really,
set for
really nice.
pre-trial
Nice of you.
arraignment in this matter. The defendant is charged with count 1, homicide, 2nd degree.
Yep.
Maximum penalty, life or any term of years. The consecutive sentence may be imposed under MCL 769.36 for each death that resulted from the operating a motor vehicle.
Oh, I bet you're talking.
Resulted operation of the vehicle, DNA upon arrest. Count 2, homicide, 2nd degree, same maximum penalty. Count 3, operating while intoxicated causing death, maximum penalty 15 years, and or $2,500 to $10,000.
Yes.
Defendant may be
Okay, so I'll tell you about my child's 10K race and a few. Ooh, nice.
Court may order consecutive sentencing under MCL 269.36. Count 4, operating while intoxicated causing death, same penalty as.
Yes, conspiracy chat is fine as long as it stays
Count 5,
conspiracy.
operating while intoxicated causing serious injury, maximum penalty up to 5 years and or $1,000 to $5,000 monetary sanction.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicle immobilization. How does the defendant plead?
I'll be staying mute, Your Honor.
Case has been assigned to Judge Brown. Probable cause conference there, April 30th at 9 a.m. Via Zoom with an exam date of May 6th at 1:30. That will be in person. And I'll hear bond. Mr. Yorkie.
Your Honor, the people are requesting a $1.5 million bond at this point, along with conditions. It is based, at least in part, on the fact that, as the court has already indicated, the defendant is facing 2 life sentences that could run consecutive to other offenses that are involved in this matter. In addition to that, we believe that the likelihood of conviction is extremely high here.
It's on the video.
We have ample video
It's not
evidence
me.
showing exactly what happened during this incident. And finally, Judge, the defendant suffers from a very severe substance abuse issue, corroborated by friends and family members, and she creates a very high risk to the public. For all those reasons, we believe that a $1.5 million bond is in order in this particular case.
Your Honor, again, Bill Clovis on behalf of my client. Your Honor, I think the court has served in the judiciary for many years and understands and appreciates that at an arraignment, the client has not been found guilty.
Doesn't matter.
We don't have prejudgment penalties.
Doesn't matter.
What we do have here is somebody, when looking at bond, any favorable and unfavorable facts. The favorable facts are my client is 66 years of age.
Doesn't matter.
My client has no record whatsoever. In fact, she has never even received a traffic ticket of the 50
Up until the point that she got shit-faced drunk and plowed into a whole bunch of people and killed 2 kids.
years of driving. She's better than I am. In 60 years on this earth, she's never had any traffic involvement. She's never had any law enforcement involvement. I think that adds a little credibility to her side of the table.
I doubt it. You killed 2 kids. Injured a whole bunch of other people because you were shit-faced. Just because you didn't get caught doesn't mean you're not a problem.
In addition, she's owned her residence, which is about 400 feet.
Oh yeah. So there's a video of her driving through the parking lot and hitting the building, driving drunk. Ironically, Lionel's title this morning is "How to Have a Resolution Without Pissing Off the Opposition." He pisses you off and go to his channels now. I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're in the wrong chat. I don't know. It's weird. Now you're back to being a wiener. Ah, yes. She shouldn't get bail. No, she should not. There's no. I don't know. She was just a model citizen until them kids. Yeah. It's too straight to be chippy. Yeah. Well, she's sober now and she's sorry. It's okay. Yeah.
Feet from where this took place for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
She's retired from a position and was living a peaceful life with her husband in retirement.
Until she got drunk, drove through a parking lot, killed 2 kids. Keep that in mind.
What the prosecutor,
Whether they find her guilty or not of it, she still did it. There's a video of it.
fails to mention to the court is that she has a history, and even the neighbors in the news media has said that she drives like a little old lady when she drives.
Except when she drives drunk. And if that's how little old ladies drive, then we should take away all little old ladies' driver's licenses. How does that make you feel, little old ladies?
You got to drive around her. That in addition, that my client has a history of having seizures. And this history has lasted since last November. It started of an epileptic type seizure in her legs. In fact, that's
I'm sorry, did I hear that right? An epileptic type seizure in her legs? Is he? Okay. Are you in the wrong chat? I think so. Tammy, I agree, but she's already made bond. Us as a country should stop treating driving drunk as a minor traffic offense. Good morning, Squid. How you doing? Hope you're feeling better. Good morning, Ghost. What did somebody say, wiener? Oh, yes. Yeah, it's what he said. Okay, epileptic seizure doesn't happen in your legs. Sorry.
that day she was treated for it. It's not like her to drive.
Yeah, exactly.
She was drinking.
If I may continue with all due respect for
someone cutting in there.
Hey, she was treated for it. It's not like her to drive.
Drinking. Yeah, exactly.
She was drinking. If I may continue with all due respect from everyone, a search warrant was executed at the bar that was allegedly where she was at. The bar showed that she had one glass of wine 4 hours prior.
Known seizures, another reason not to drive. Yes. You don't have leg epileptic seizures. Back hurts and you have a headache, but I'm dehydrated. Well, drink something and not alcohol. Yeah, that'll do it. Here's the thing, got that once, kicked the guy right in the balls. Well, here's the thing, Choosy. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. I know I'm coming in late, but this lawyer is doing some serious mental gymnastics. Yeah. He looks skeezy. And was that her blood alcohol level content on arrest?
3 o'clock, between 11 and 12, and a bowl of chili. That was confirmed with a search warrant of what the receipt was.
Of what she had at the bar. They're not talking about what she might have had outside of the bar. And if you pay cash for it, there's not going to be a receipt. Generally, you just pay them cash, they pour you the drink, they add it to their till, they move on.
In addition, that no doctor told her not to drive.
Doesn't
The
matter.
doctor told her not to drive for a number.
That does not matter. Yeah, he's a defense lawyer. They do their best. I agree. He's doing his best. Does not matter. Doesn't matter whether you're told not to. You should know better. I had a friend of mine that was having epileptic seizures, actual, not leg epileptic seizures, but epileptic seizures, and was told, yeah, no driving till you get this shit under control. He was able to get it under control. I don't remember what it was that was causing it, but whatever it was, got it under control, and he's back to driving again. But he's always constantly aware that, that could happen. And yeah, bullshits. Yes. They hit you first.
For months, very few months,
Oh,
and then she could operate a vehicle. About a month prior to this accident, Your Honor, because I want the court, I'm not doing a trial today, but I want the court to know everything and
it sounds like you're doing a freaking trial. This woman does not need to be out at all.
setting the bond. That this is not a monster. It's horrible what happened. Absolutely horrible. I have 2 children. It's absolutely horrible.
Well, apparently
But some
she's
things we
not
don't have
concerned.
control over. If I have a heart attack at my age, I don't
Which is probably pretty likely that he'll have a heart attack before she stops drinking.
have control over it if I'm operating a vehicle and hit somebody. So
No, he said epileptic seizures in her legs. That's not how it works. Did the best. She had a seizure in her legs. Yeah.
Your Honor, the 1.5 million in the murder charge, I don't know where that's coming from, but they have to prove it.
I'm not going to
And
rewind it.
respectfully, Your Honor, we would ask for $100,000 cash or surety, 10%. She can have, the court can
So it's 10%. That would, if it was 100,000, 10%, it'd be what, 1,000?
order home confinement. Police have never been called to her home. She doesn't even have a speeding ticket if there's
Doesn't
such a
matter.
substance abuse at 66 years of age.
Oh, now she feels bad about getting behind the wheel. Oh, yeah. So that's why she hit the pedal to the metal? No, not the alcohol. No. I think it's totally horrible that, yeah. 10K. Yeah, thank you. 10K still.
So we're asking
That's
for home
nothing.
confinement along with 100,000, 10% cash or surety. In addition, she can have an alcohol monitor. Any violation whatsoever, bond revoked. But she gets medical treatment. Absolutely gets medical treatment. In fact, they have all
They'll take care of medical treatment in jail too. Just saying. She's a better driver than you.
all the prescriptions she's on at the jail, which are numerous because of the paralysis she gets once in a while in her legs. And it's all documented. Now,
Oh, now it's paralysis in her legs that she gets once in a while in her legs. Paralysis in her legs. I thought it was a seizure in her legs. Now it's paralysis. Wonderful.
I'll bring forward the medical records.
Don't
so
care.
we're burning somebody at the stake by just craziness, just crazy words being that because there's been deaths, which is horrible, absolutely horrible. But we have to go back and say, how did it happen? If me, Bill Clovis, has a heart attack on the freeway and I hit somebody changing a tire, I can't be liable in today's society.
Yeah, but your ass wasn't drunk, and you did fucking see burns and that shit. So they're two different things.
Again,
Oh, that's cold. A friend of mine had a seizure and she was not allowed to drive for at least 6 months. Yeah, my friend, it was a year. It was a year. He wasn't behind the wheel, but he got whatever it was taken care of. Yeah, no, she killed people. Sorry. That's the way that it goes.
let me repeat.
Don't worry, she
They
got
did
out
a
on bond.
search warrant, and it showed 1 glass of wine 4 hours prior.
Doesn't matter.
Thank you, Judge.
What was her blood
I
alcohol?
respond, Judge. Your Honor,
Why do you keep going? Not hitting no brake or turn.
Because sometimes you have a seizure and your legs freezes up.
Your Honor, there is no indication whatsoever in any of the evidence that we have uncovered in this case.
I don't know who it is. It's hollering off in the background, but I wouldn't be arguing with them. Yeah, she killed people. Yeah. How many people have you unalived while driving? 0. And I will tell you that I had in high school there was a kid who was pretty well known, pretty popular and all that kind of stuff. Got drunk, and the result of that was the death of one person, injury of some others, and yeah, he went to prison. I don't remember how long his prison term was. This is before they really started cracking down on drunk driving. But yeah, it was involuntary manslaughter, and so yeah, he spent some time in prison, and that'll always be with him and his record forever and ever. And he also quit drinking because of that. Like entirely, was like never again. As far as I know, he never touched another drop after that. He was done. Just because he didn't think he could be under control. Yeah, in this day when there are so many options for ride shares and absolutely no excuse for drunk driving, and I'm the drunkest state in America. Yeah. Attorney, yeah. Your son has epileptic seizures, which is what the hell is epileptic seizures? New one on me. Yeah. A tonic or clonic seizure can start in partial, has become generalized seizure affecting only one part of the body, such as arm or leg. Yeah.
That the defendant suffered from a seizure at the time of this incident. In fact, quite the opposite. A very long investigation has occurred. There was a preliminary breath test done, which indicated that her blood alcohol level was significantly over the legal limit. What's more is based on, she indicated herself that she had some seizure issues and she was on some medication, and that she wasn't supposed to be drinking, but admitted that she had been drinking that day. So she is a danger to this community, and that it is illustrated no clearer than the 2 dead children that she is directly responsible for. A $1.5 million bond in this case is a gift, and that's what I'm asking the court to consider.
How do you save the community
The
from
rumors are that she drinks in her car in parking lot.
excuse me,
Oof. 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 Yeah, speaking of electrolytes, defendant looks like she needs electrolytes. Yes, she does. Lived next to a guy that killed a pregnant woman, got 30 days in jail, and still drove around drunk. Yeah. Exactly. She may have only paid for 1 glass of wine, but someone else could have bought her tons of shots. Yes. The DA is talking sense there. Yes. That's funny.
rumors. Hopefully they don't have rumors on any of the people here today.
In the state of Michigan, if you have a seizure,
Your Honor, may I continue?
Yes.
Thank you.
she took my 2
I'm
grandbabies.
gonna start,
You almost
removing
killed
people
3 of
from
mine in the
Zoom
same
if
day.
we keep getting this interruption.
I don't know if you can mute for right now. Your
Yeah,
Honor,
these-
again, if it's the safety
Sounds to me like these are people on a Zoom, and that's just, yeah, the children. Yeah. Only 5K. I did 5 miles, sissy. My parents were, yeah, got 6 months in a misdemeanor. Never met my grandparents. Yeah.
of the public. There's no history whatsoever. Number 2 is she can be put on an alcohol tether. Number 3 is she can be put in her home. If she violates her home to go get her mail,
You know, here's what a alcohol tether is good for. Does it stop her before she gets in a vehicle? Does it put an alcohol tether on it? Do you think that's going to make it where she can't get in a vehicle and drive again? Do you think that's going to stop her from drinking alcohol? I doubt it.
she can be picked up and put in without bond. We'll stipulate to that. So, the court's seen many, many people, thousands of people before the court, and it's seen criminal history. We don't even have traffic ticket. It's absolutely horrible, but we're not punishing somebody before they're convicted. Thank you.
Any victims wish to address the court?
But they've got her on videotape doing this just for her own safety. For her own safety. Morning, Zach. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. Celestia, it was crazy. This guy's so crazy. So crazy. Your defense attorney looks like he has a distended liver, and what typically causes that. Jesus. That's right. They're not punishing, they're protecting the public. If you kill someone, it's a public safety issue. Yes. She played, now is going to pay. I honestly hope. Yeah.
Yeah, she chose to drink, and those were my grandbabies.
Thank you. Your name,
She
please?
made that choice to get in that car. She chose to drink and drive. And she took my grandbaby from us.
Understood. Your name for the record, ma'am?
My name is Kathy Phillips, and I'm the grandmother of the 2 babies that were killed.
Thank you. Some factors I've considered in setting bond. She has no criminal history, identified criminal history, no incidents of non-appearance.
Well, you
Your
can't
Honor,
have
Wilkins does want to speak, address the court.
you can't have if she's never been arrested, of course she's not going to have a thing where she didn't show. Just like, oh Jesus, man. Wisconsin has put on notice. Let's see next year if they can break the NFL draft attendance records like Detroit this past weekend. Ain't no party like a Detroit party. Hey Joe, good to see you. Hey Captain, agree there's no excuse, right? Got the Packers, your boy. Oh my gosh. Love it. Ready for next season. There you go. I don't watch NFL football anymore. I watch college football, enjoy it, and that's about it. About as far as I go.
She can join the consultation.
This might be the mother.
If we could start with your name, ma'am.
My name is Raquel Smothers. I am Mariah's sister. What he had said about getting injections in her legs for something, knowing that with or without drinking, you're still putting people in harm's way because with muscles and everything, you can't control something. Why operate a vehicle knowing you're taking medicine that drinking will affect it? I was there. I seen her.
Oh yeah.
My daughter, my mom, my sister, my nephew from the opposite side of the family, my sister's 3 children. We were supposed to be planning a birthday party for Zane, not a funeral. Knowing you have medical conditions, you should never get behind a wheel whether you are drinking or not. Taking medications, they tell you not to drink, But she still chose to drink. She still chose to get into that vehicle. I will never look at the month of April the same ever again. My birthday was a few days prior. The babies were just at my house.
Yes.
My niece with her flawless curly hair loved to dance. My nephew, he always hated my truck was dirty. I cleaned my truck out just for him.
It's so
He
heartbreaking.
loved jujitsus. He loved cracking jokes. Eminem was his idol. They walked into that birthday party, having a fun time. They were sitting at that table, eating. And this woman crashed her car through this building, destroying all of our lives. Not just my family, everyone else that was in that building. My nephew and my sister are still fighting for their lives today. I had to be the one to tell my sister her babies were gone when they removed her ventilator yesterday. She said, "How am I supposed to live without my babies?" Nobody should ever have to go to a birthday party thinking that they're gonna die. Medical history or not, every medication tells you not to drink. She knew it. She shouldn't have done it. I had to see my deceased niece and nephew. I had to see their very last moment before their car was removed. I seen it. And my sister can't decide what she wants. And then babies, I can tell you right now, cannot have an open casket. It's a horrible, dramatic thing. I cannot close my eyes at night without seeing the babies and what they look like. No, I'm done.
And she's a known drunk.
Oh. Oh.
To her credit, she does have ties to the community. However,
Can I say something, Your Honor? I'm the brother of the father.
your name, please?
Just rough.
Nicholas Phillips.
All right. Go ahead.
This woman, deliberately, without even hitting a break, destroyed my brother's life. Those was his baby. His little girl used to go to his basketball games. And now that little girl is not going to be able to go see it. Their father, because a woman claims to have high community ties to her community, want to drive and hit the gas even further when she got to that parking lot and destroyed multiple lives. My brother is in the hospital right now, praying that his little boy comes through, and he still got to tell his son that he lost his sister and brother. How is that right, or how is that even fair? How is it even justified? Because the woman saying that she got some type of medical issue. As my sister said, you take medicine for years. You're an adult. You could read the label. It says do not drink. And you can't sit here and tell me one drink that would do that. You can't. I'm a high educated man. You can't tell me that. And there's no justifying what she did to my family. There's none. This will never, ever be right. There's nothing in this world that anybody can sit here and say, well, she can say it was an accident. That was not an accident. I know what accidents look like. That happened all the time on the freeway. If she was not drunk as people claim it,
She may be all out of tears. That is a possibility.
Why didn't she just go home? Why did she? It's right there. 3 houses away from where she did that stuff that she did to my brother's family. 3 houses. Why did she go home?
No, I understand.
So you as a defender, you should feel ashamed for even trying to stick up for only one drink. One drink don't do that, sir. It never will. Thank you, Your Honor.
Can I say something?
Your name, please?
Rosemary Stitt.
Go ahead.
I drove there. My 3 children were there. And whether you're having a seizure or not, that was intentional. You couldn't drive the way that those roads bend and the way that you drive in there. There is no way that that woman was not conscious in turning that vehicle. She aimed it right there, right at the bar, where probably her husband should have been sitting. I don't know what her intentions were, but I can tell
Yes.
you it was in purpose and it was intentional. You can tell. We all know it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Thank you.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Could be.
Your name, please?
My name's Joshua Stitt. So I'm a member of the boat club, and I've been a member for many years. And
She believes her
familiar
own
with
lies.
Marcella. And during my 10 years of being a member of the boat club, most of the time I see her, she's been highly intoxicated, and I've watched people try to walk her out the door
No.
dozens and dozens of times.
I am.
And you know, one of the things that aren't brought up here is the fact that she hit a vehicle down the road and a tree down the road. I believe that that it wasn't intentional, but I do believe that it was a situation where she was trying to flee and run from what she had just done down the road. She shouldn't have been driving. And everybody knew that, right? Everybody, you're a member of the boat club, you know this lady shouldn't be driving. And I believe she was fleeing that scene. And there's a speed bump before you enter the parking lot of the boat club, as well as like a runoff ditch that you got to pass over with your vehicle. We all drive 10 miles an hour through that area because of these, you know, and it's a narrow road. But I believe that she was fleeing from hitting the truck so that she wouldn't get caught drunk driving.
Love
And
Farrell.
in doing so, hit the
I don't know what you mean.
speed bump as well as the little ditch that's 30 feet past that and lost control of her vehicle. So I don't believe it's intentional, but I do believe that, and I know that she drinks a lot and she, you know, should never get behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And if you're under that much
Hey, good to
medicine
see you,
at your
Vest
early
Group.
stage,
How you
then
doing?
even one glass
Thanks,
of wine
brother.
could potentially, you know, do you like this. And not only that, is a lot of medications,
Yeah.
you know, you're not supposed to drive on, right? So, you know, whether it's the alcohol or it's the medication, or it's neither, this lady should never be behind the wheel. We've watched her, you know, take baby steps
Have
to get
a
out of
case
the
of
place that
Azul
barely
Gold
walked.
and Juan Julio,
Right, let alone
1942
behind
so
the wheel.
far.
And,
Nice.
you know, for such a frail lady
Very
to cause
nice.
such devastation in her car, I think that I think that she shouldn't be freed on bond because of this. You know, I believe it's decades of her drunk driving that just caught up to her, is what I believe.
A girl you knew grew up with has to attend the parole hearing of the man who killed and decapitated her mother. It was a mistaken identity case. Oof. No, somebody said vodka on this lady. Yeah, Farrell's a rock star. I don't know what you mean. Farrell's awesome. Oh,
And decades of her driving under the influence of whether it be pills or alcohol. And I would point towards alcohol from my experience of knowing her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I went over some of the issues that impact
yes.
decision in setting bond. High on that list is the fact that she's facing 2 life sentences, 2 15-year sentences, and 4 5-year sentences. Therefore, I find reasonable bond to be $1.5 million with the following conditions. It will be reporting to pretrial services. The defendant is to appear for examination, arraignment, trial, sentence, at any time directed by any court, abide by any judgment issued by any court. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Do not commit any crime allowed on bond. Immediately notify the court in writing of any change of address or telephone number.
Yes.
Use of alcohol or any illegal controlled substances. Submit to substance abuse testing and monitoring, including a SCRAM tether and GPS tether. Do not
Damn.
use or possess a firearm or other dangerous weapon. Forfeit any passport and not operate a motor vehicle out of bond.
Your Honor, if I may. Thank you, Judge. The 1.5 million, will they be cash, surety, or 10%?
Cash or surety.
10% at all?
Um,
She has no history whatsoever, Your Honor.
Between her and the surety. I believe the surety would typically take 10% of that. To
Jeez.
post their guarantee.
Okay. Thank you.
That's so rough. That is so rough. I mean, my heart breaks for the family there. Just insane. Just insane. Like, what a worse way. She needs an ankle bracelet if you let her out on bail. Oh, she's got one. She's got one. Oh, wow. I will run over with your power wheelchair. Yes. Gosh, insane. Just insane. You know, my heart breaks for her family. You know, this is something that could have been completely avoided. Could have been completely avoided had she not gotten behind the wheel. But because she did, is the kind of crap that happens. This is sort of sad. But I have better things to show you. I've got an epic fight here. This is an epic fight, and maybe it'll cheer you up a little bit, because this kind of battle should be, should be televised. There's a case of bullying here, and the way that this is handled between these two rivals should be, highlighted of how to deal with a bully. Here you go. That's how you deal with a bully. Who wins this battle? Who wins it? Who wins the battle? My money's going on the duck. He's getting in there, dodging lefts, rights, got the ear, like pulling a Mike Tyson on him. Oh, I thought that was pretty good. Here, I got another one for you. Here you go. This is hilarious. Look at her looking at this guy. Who's going down, bitch? Oh, this dude's running is hilarious. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to show that. It was too damn funny. Oh, that made my day. And now we'll see some kindness. Would you guys like to see some kindness? Here we go. We'll show you a little bit of kindness.
Everything. Oh, really? Yeah, she'd fucking go
Yeah. It's a pissed off thing. Well, he said watch your claws, the biggest thing.
Beak is what I'm really worried about.
Well, let me throw up.
I don't want you to fucking get my skin, buddy.
You got the knife?
He is bound up in that thing. Oof. This is not a happy position to be in. We're going to. And right.
Colleen, I hope you're getting this. How often do you get to do this shit?
Holy cow. Look at this guy. He's just not in a happy position right now. That is a tight position. Poor Al is super stressed. Yeah, he's all wide-eyed. Like, man. Shizzy, grow a beard, damn it. I'm shocked when you zoom. I love it. I love it. No, it's fun. It'll be back. It'll be back. Oh,
I haven't been out here in 3 weeks. Almost got it bad. We've been out here every single
oh,
day, but we haven't.
poor Al is super stressed.
We'll get all that when we get them.
Oh, people being animal bros. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation to be in. You know, got him out of the biggest part of the netting. And then it's just a matter of trimming the rest of it off. I mean, it's rough.
Yeah, that might be this yours.
Just get in there and good. He's free. Free at last. We have a barn owl across the street. Funny enough, protects your chickens. I've seen it take on cats, snakes, and going after your birds. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yes. You people hurry up. I'm nocturnal. You're not cutting into my feathers. You're cutting into my beauty sleep. Yeah, they were very gentle. They were very gentle. Yay. Yes. Free bird. Happy bird. Free bird. Free bird. So, as it comes to that time every day, it is time for a little bit of music. You guys ready for a little bit of music? Let's see. What do we got? What do we have? What is going to be our next song? Happy New Day? Hey, in what style? Kitty got you good. Kitty got you good. Yeah, we get some. We're gonna some freedom. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We'll just say freedom of the barn owl. Whoops. Barn owl that was that was snagged in, there we go. So we got freedom of the barn owl, free like the owl, an owl flies, freedom of the barn owl, freedom of the barn owl. There we go. Freedom of the barn owl. So, okay. What do we got? We got, okay, going to settle on a booze for Farrell. Well, freedom of a barn owl as Farrell. Gets a type of booze. And what kind of music do we want for Farrell there? Play Freebird? It won't let me do that. Freedom of the barn owl is Farrell gets a type of booze and making Brandon happy. There we go. I gotta spell Brandon right. Damn it. Go Brandon. There we go. Making Brandon happy. Making Brandon a happy. And so let's see. Freedom of the barn owl is Farrell gets a type of booze, making Brandon a happy man. Leaning tequila or bubbles. Let's get a poll. Well, let's see if we can get a poll. I think we can do that. Why don't we create a poll? Start a poll, and it's going to be tequila or bubbles? There we go. Tequila or bubbles? Bubbles or tequila or bubbles for Farrell? There we go. Let's see what we've got. Tequila or bubbles for Farrell? There we go. Seeing you in the familiar places. All right, let's put this up real quick so we can share this with you guys. So as we got freedom of the barn owl as Farrell gets a type. Well, as Farrell gets a type of booze, making Brandon a happy man. Selects. Yeah, we'll change this to selects. Selects a type of booze, making Brandon a happy man. We haven't even picked a style. We'll just throw it in there and see what we end up with. Thank you for the super chat, Brandon. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Cat scratch fever. Wild turkey for Farrell. Bubbles. Oh, I love it. Owl scratch fever. There you go. Mad Dog 2020 is that, and that's pretty Farrell. All right, what do we got? Alcohol blues. Oh, it's a soulful electric guitar. Here we go. What do we got?
Whiskey in my cup, still elixir of my soul. Got a freedom of the barn out, ready to let go. As Pharaoh selects a type of booze, the night begins to glow, making Brandon a happy man. With every sip that I throw, the sound of the blues echoing in my mind.
Debbie, it's your birthday?
I drown my sorrow, leave my
Let's try the other one here.
whiskey in my cup.
There we go. I like that one.
Elixir of my soul.
That's a good one.
Got that freedom of the barn owl. I'm ready to let go. As Pharaoh selects a type of booze,
Somebody wants some disco.
to glow, making Brandon a happy man.
There we go.
With every sip that I throw.
So let's make this a disco.
Blues echoing in my mind. I drown my sorrows, leave my cares behind. The electric guitar strums, setting the rhythm free. I'm lost in the melody, the blues taking over me. I'll come home till the night is through. In this whiskey sofa where the blues always
Disco boo. Disco booze. How's that?
where the blues always
First one has a better feel to it. Okay.
whiskey in my cup,
Eh.
still elixir of my soul.
I still like the second one
Freedom
better.
of the barn out, ready to let go. As Pharaoh selects a type of
Song is fire. Yeah.
the night
No, you like the
begins
first
to
one better.
glow.
Drop a steel guitar in that.
Brandon a happy man. With every sip that I throw.
Oh, whiskey in my cup, still elixir of my soul. That freedom of the born out. I'm ready to let go. As Pharaoh selects a type of booze, the night begins to glow. And with every sip that I roll,
Yeah, I like the second one better.
whiskey in my cup, it's the elixir of my soul. Got that freedom of the bar now. I'm ready. Whiskey in my cup, it's the elixir of my soul.
No, don't like that one.
Whiskey in the cup, it's the elixir of my soul. Got the freedom of the bar now. I'm ready to let go. A sparrow selects a type of food.
This is awful. We're like, no, 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 no.
Every sip that I throw, the sound of the blues echoing in my mind. I drown my sorrows, leave my cares behind.
All right, let's see what we get. See what we end up with. God, that's a horrible song. So, Debbie, what's your favorite style of music, Debbie? This one's going to be for you. What style of music do you want? I'll give it a little bit of time. Give it a little bit of time. This next one's for Debbie. So as she's thinking about it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the poll here shortly. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds. Tequila and margaritas after dinner tonight. Oh, we'll get that happening. Happy birthday, Deborah Morin. It's going to be tequila. Yeah, damn it. Tequila. And what was that? Tequila and margaritas. I'm just going to spell this completely wrong. Margaritas after dinner. Oh, what do we got? This one's not horrible. No, they're horrible. The second one was the best. Overall, I'll go with the second one I played. Absolutely. So what do we got? Love all kinds, so your choice. Well, let's see. Happy birthday, Debbie Morin. Tequila margaritas after dinner. Let's see what we end up with. Doo-wop. Oh, yeah. Style of doo-wop. There we go. So we've got birthday celebration pop dance.
Gather round, everybody's
Don't like that one.
gather round.
Nope, don't like that one either. Happy birthday. Margaritas after dinner in the style of a doo-wop. There we go. Let's see what we end up with. It'd be wonderful. Disco is dead. If you're doing both, it's a close vote. Oh, we'll get there. Here it comes. Birthday celebrations and it's doo-wop.
Joyful vibes, it's your special day. Gather round, we're here to say, Debbie Morin, you're the shining star. Let's celebrate you, no matter where you are. Tequila and margaritas, party through the night. Cake and candles, the mood is just right. As the candles flicker, make a loving toast to the one we adore
I did.
the most. Happy birthday, Debbie Morin. Let the rhythm and harmony keep us all cheering. We'll
Funny.
keep singing,
No, Zach, you're fine.
dancing through the night. Honor the one who shines so bright.
We haven't heard the second one. We got one more. Let's try the other one.
You're the shining star. Let's celebrate you no matter where we react. Let's celebrate you no matter where we are. Tequila and margaritas, party through the night. Cake and candles, the mood is just right as the candles flicker. Make the loving toast to the one we adore the most. Happy birthday, Debbie Morin. Let the rhythm and harmony keep us all cheering. We'll keep singing.
They're like the first one.
In honor of the one who shines so bright. Ooh, happy birthday, Debbie Morin. Let the rhythm and harmony keep.
Yeah, I like the first one better. Yeah, I like the first one better. I agree. I think the first one is the way to go. Any more than that? Oh yeah, well, if you're wanting, yeah, I think Melanie even agrees the first one was better. Let's see. This is where we get into the super chat portion of it, but we're not doing any more today. What you do is you come up with one tomorrow. Come up with one tomorrow. And whenever we get that super chat in there, we'll do it. And it's cool because you can do like the cheapest super chat and I'll still do it. But that's going to be for tomorrow. That will be for tomorrow. We're going to have a wonderful day today. All you fine folks. And of course, these will be popped up for members only. And then, after like 24 hours or something like that, they'll be shown to everybody else. This is what we do on our morning streams is we act a fool. And yes, I am clean shaven, and that's just, you're going to have to deal with it. Damn, I want to split this thing open again. It's so bad. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Be kind to each other. Make sure that whenever you see Debbie on streams tonight, you just give her a best wishes and a happy birthday to, that, it's glorious having a nice birthday celebration, and she's going to be a little a little loose tonight, so just saying, she's going to be hitting the margaritas and maybe a few shots of tequila. She'll be dancing under the moonlight, hopefully clothed, because you don't want her to get arrested, and she'll be Ubering everywhere she goes because she's safe like that. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll see you here probably tonight. I'll probably send an invite out to Mo later on, and we're going to be doing some more What the Hell's watch party. That's what we do on our Mondays. And Tuesday, be ready for that, because we're going to show the jury deliberations for the trial that we did on Saturday over at with the baker. So we'll be showing how the jury deliberated, how they came up with the not guilty verdict, and it's gonna be fun. That will be Tuesday. So Monday, which will be tonight, be doing some more What the Hell's watch party, and then we're gonna do a little bit of the jury watch. That'll be great. You guys have a wonderful day, and make sure you say hi to Mo whenever you drop in there. Peace out.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.